Well, hi there. It's good to see you. It's snowing. And I don't need to tell you that is saddening in its own right, but my issue here is that it is June, which means this is transcontinental shittery. This is international bullshit. I'm this close to calling the Department of Defense. Fuck it. I'm going to call Richard Nixon. Well, I tell you, good afternoon to you. Do you want to tell me why I keep finding these braces rubber bands in my pockets, despite the fact that I got my braces off 5 years ago? But God forbid I have the audacity to put a chapstick in my pocket. Because the moment I do, me nor my children's children will ever see that chapstick again. It'll be gone. Yeeted out of existence. Some fucking Skyrim ethereal type Houdini shit. To all cyclists, you need to pick what you are and stick with it. If you're riding on the sidewalk, I'm going to treat you as a pedestrone. If you're riding on the road, everyone's going to treat you as a car. You cannot be riding on the road and then blow through a red light on the sidewalk. Because if you can't tell, I couldn't stop that quickly at 45. I basically need to yell to the engine room to reverse thrust. Choose one. Everyone's talking about top energy this, bottom energy that. I just want energy. Top, bottom, east, west, shoulders, knees, and toes. I don't give a damn. I'm just tired. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting sick of hearing everyone's beautiful Instagram-worthy summer goals. Oh, I want to take a road trip up the Pacific. Oh, I want to fucking tour the Mediterranean with my 7'13" Italian god of a fiance. No, my summer goal is to finish a chapstick.
Am I the only one who low-key judges people who call themselves insomniacs, but they go to bed at like 1:30 in the morning? Like, that's cute and all, but I don't see you whipping up an entire full-ass unadulterated can of Bush's baked motherfucking beans at 4:47 the goddamn morning, now do I? You're an amateur. As I sit here this evening feeling a bit homesick, I'm reminded of an old Islanders adage regarding if you ever find yourself in a conversation that you don't wish to be in, be it vexing or otherwise boring, what you would say, pardon me, this conversation makes me want to sit down and shit my britches. Because it's a statement that contains all the necessary facets to end a conversation on the spot. Because there's quite simply no response to that. The subject matter was so debilitating that not only were you willing to soil yourself, but to do so in a seated position, which I'd imagine is quite difficult to do considering the compression of the ass. Am I the only one seeing all of these young accomplished people on TikTok with their new singles out, their new albums out? Because that's great, that's fantastic, but you're making me feel bad. Because you know what I have out? I have a Hot Pocket out of the microwave. Orange juice with pulp is superior. High pulp, heavy pulp, extra pulp. I want to be able to chew my orange juice.
We'll be right back after this break.
Were you involved in a rear-end collision that made you gay? Ask your doctor about thick-ass whiplash. Accidentally blitzed the neighbor's cat this 4th of July? You're not at fault. Do your arms keep falling off? Call 1-800-Jesus-Christ, my arms keep falling.
And we're back.
Buy a mattress right now!
Originally I thought hanging old Long John Silver up there was a good idea, but now I just feel like he's judging me.
Look at that idiot drinking a glass of iced tea. Real men drink whiskey.
You. Yes, you. I don't know you, but I kind of feel like we're in the same class together. Through Corona, through quarantine, through sun and stormy weather, you helped me. Whether you realize it or not, we helped each other, and I think that's the real power of TikTok. We joke about this app. The dance of the week, what's on our FYP. We joke about being addicted to our phone. But the truth of the matter is that it's helped us to not feel so alone. So as we look down at our screens together, let's think about us briefly as a family. Because to lose something so stupid and simple as that would be nothing short of a tragedy. Whether you're on gay or straight TikTok, whether you're on frog or beans TikTok, whether you're a snack or a whole goddamn meal. I just wanted to say because of you, because of us, it's been pretty real. Things about my 87 Suburban that just make sense. We have this front porch of a bumper, which is great because it turns every restaurant into a potential drive-thru. This is where my muffler used to be before it fell off. The power steering leak that automatically lubricates the front suspension. Instead of airbags, this came equipped with a concussion. We have 2 cup holders, one for your drink, one for your starting fluid. God bless square body Chevys. Folks, let me tell you about something incredible that happened to me today. I was seated earlier as a passenger in a not-so-gentleman's car who, get this, was using 2 feet to drive. Make no mistake, this was not a standard transmission with a clutch. No, sir, this was an autofucking-matic, meaning it shifts for you. He had his right foot on the accelerator, his left foot on the brake. This is not a bicycle. This is not the cha-cha slide. He needn't use 2 feet to drive. I was seated abreast to a witless dish rag who needed help. You say, Dylan, why are you telling me this? Because I suspect more people do this than we gather, and we must stay diligent. Friends don't let friends drive automatics with 2 feet.
People say, Dylan, I would love to take a road trip with you. No, you wouldn't.
Morning, Sheriff! Oh God, it's an exit! Of course it's a Chrysler!
As you guys know, this is my Suburban, but unlike Ernest the Cadillac, my Suburban has yet to be named, and I want you guys to fix that. So, the top comment come Monday, July 27th will be inscribed on a 5x2 brass plaque alongside the winner's username on the back of the vehicle. What you should know is that this 87 Suburban is comically large and a little more than rough around the edges, plus it sounds like the Exxon Valdez. Nothing is off limits and I am excited. An oil change, but just dad noises.
Yep. Easy now. Easy now. You go up. And then you go. Shut. Yes, sir. All the way up there. Just like they're doing over tighten these. 5.7 liter Chevy, this and that throttle body, Chevy intake gasket. Perfect. Alrighty.
Congrats, you've made a mess. Do you guys categorize your years and memories in terms of songs like I do? Like if someone says, hey, Dylan, do you remember the summer of 2016? I'm like, vaguely. But if someone says, hey, do you remember that summer where Love Yourself and One Dance was out? I'm instantly remembering everything. Hey, do you remember the Christmas of 2014? Nope. Do you remember that Christmas where Mary Did You Know by Pentatonics and Santa Tell Me was out? I said, yes! Like when I listen to Fireflies, I'm instantly transported back to the summer of 2010. Modern Warfare 2? The World Cup? What? Hi. Yeah, any reason why you guys didn't think to warn me about raccoons when I moved here? Cause I just went to take out the trash and put it in the dumpster and there was a demon from the 5th dimension in there. I throw the garbage in the dumpster, and the next thing I know, this fur demon starts ricocheting off the inside, sounding like Satan on a spin cycle. Next thing I know, this bloodthirsty potato sack with claws comes flying out at Mach 3 like some mammalian artillery. Why are they so big? That thing was the size of Nebraska. That thing could get a driver's license. You know, it's sad because we don't know each other, but I kind of felt like we were in the same class together. Through Corona, through quarantine, through sun and stormy weather, you helped me. We helped each other, whether we realize it or not, and I think that is the real power of TikTok. You know, guys, we joke about this app. What's on our FYP, the dance of the week? Just why is it spicy? We joke about being addicted to our phones. But the truth of the matter is that it's helped us to not feel so alone. My time on TikTok has been a joy beyond measure. And just know that my time with you guys has been an absolute pleasure.
Gentles and ladymen, it is that time of year. It's the holiday season, as I like to call it, baking season, and it's a very important day. Do you know what day it is? It's the day where I have my first glug of eggnog. I love it. My nose is redder than Rudolph. My hands are drier than my dating life. I have an 18-pound flightless bird in my sink, and my fridge is filled to the brim with more calories than a small 7-Eleven. And there's a Christmas tree in the back. What more could you want? I feel no way about drinking this out of the carton. Hold on. I need to take my teeth out. Oh, yeah, that's real cute. It's been so long. I'm on cloud 9. Not only are our turkeys defrosting, but so is Michael Bublé and Mariah Carey. Season's greetings! A baked bean pizza from 1954. Now I'm scared of lots of things, including the IRS, clowns, and English majors. But I'm most afraid of beans where they don't belong. Oh dear. The sauce begins with a can of tomato paste. Plus 8 ounces of spaghetti sauce. Really starting out on the wrong foot. More like the wrong limb. Add oregano for an authentic taste. I feel like I'm in Italy. For the crust, we squashed together refrigerator biscuits. Sorry, what were you saying about authentic? On goes the sauce. A bit of Parmesan. Now 20 ounces of baked beans. What part of Italy are you from? Kentucky? In the center, some fresh mozzarella. How to get an entire country to hate you. Step 1. This. $4.25 for 10, then $3.25 for 20. No. We can serve this with anchovies or sardines. How about a swift death? Oh, what? What is wrong with you? You are sick! Ooh, it's just vile. Peanut butter bread from the Great Depression. Now, the Depression was rough, and while some people like it that way, the world of baking didn't. Butter, sugar, and eggs were scarce, but there was shelf-stable peanut butter. Start with 2 cups of flour, a pinch of salt, only a 1/4 cup of sugar, and 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Is that a typo? We want the bread to rise, not generate thrust. On this episode of Bread Goes to Space, mix. In goes 1 1/3 cup of moo juice, that's milk. Now the 1/2 cup of peanut butter. You know Peter Pan came out in 1928. Brave king. I waited until 2019. Get him. Fold. I don't know about this. There's not much to it. Meow. Bake at 325 for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. Well, it smells divine. That's a good crumb. Man. This is stellar. It's perfectly peanut buttery and sweet. So good with so little. This is why I bake. A Valentine's cream pie from 59. Now I can't think of anything better for Valentine's Day than a good old-fashioned cream pie. And this one features the maraschino cherry pastry. Hello. Goodbye. For the pie pan, we're going to want a 9-inch. I know I do too. If you've got one, don't just force it in. Be gentle. Now whether or not to edge is up to you. Some people aren't that patient. Blind bake at 425 for 15 minutes. This finished a bit early. Happens to the best of us. Into a saucepan goes a cup of sugar, 1/4 cup cornstarch, 2 eggs, 2 cups of moo juice, 1/4 cup of cherry juice. Hopefully it'll be pink. Bring this to a boil and stir constantly. Fire! If your hand gets tired, just keep going. I'm single, so I'm used to it. Once it's thickened, we remove from heat and add in a 1/2 cup of chopped cherries. In you go! To the fridge. Next, a cup of cream whipped. Some people are into that. Now we get to top. That's always fun. I like that. Very sweet, but I like it. Chipped beef from World War II. Also known as shit on a shingle. Butter. Milk. Fire. Now we have dried beef. I didn't know beef came in a jar. Chop up your dehydrated cow. Pamper bath. Flour. Pepper. Boys, it's time to toast. I can see where the name comes from. No. Yes, not good. It tastes like it's insulting me. Avocado ice cream from 1947. This is fascinating because it seems chronologically wrong to find this in a 1940s cookbook, which means it must be pretty special or that time-traveling keto athleisure influencers exist. You know, people who follow strange concepts like exercise. Into a saucepan goes a 1/2 cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, and 2 cups of milk. Moo juice! Now we scald this, so bring it to a simmer but not a boil. Fire! Into a separate bowl goes 2 eggs. Beat. While whisking, we cook the eggs by slowly pouring in the hot milk. In goes a cup of heavy cream and 2 avocados mashed. I'm going to force mine through a sieve. And finally, the juice of a lemon. Beat thoroughly. Just freeze until firm. Good morning. Am I really about to have ice cream for breakfast? It's destiny. Whoa. Yes, that works. It's really quite nice. It is a bit icy, more of a sherbet, but it's a no churn, so I can't complain. It is a lovely, delicate taste. Liver cakes from 1947. So the liver is an organ which collects and filters all of the toxins from an animal throughout their lifetime. So why we prance about it, eat it, is beyond me. With that being said, I've never tried it. Until now. Into a pot of water goes a pound of calf's liver. This recipe asks for calf or mutton liver. But when I asked about mutton liver to the butcher, he just asked if I was okay. Fire! While that boils, we need a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, flour, salt, pepper, plus dried sage, and onion. Then we drain the... What? I don't want to do this! Mince the liver. Ugh. You know, I used to have a sock like this. This is disgusting. 2 eggs. Get in. Now we make patties. What do you think we fry these in? Lard. Let me get my lard bucket. Then you just... lemon large with liver and lard. There's something deviant about this. Tastes like metal. I don't like that. Clam biscuits from 1974. Now I love biscuits and I love clams, but do they belong together? Well, as my parents tried explaining to a 12-year-old me when they divorced, probably not. We begin with 2 cups of flour, 3 teaspoons of floof powder, then 2 tablespoons of shortening. Vegetable shortenings are great for when you want something like butter, but worse. Please get off the spoon. Please, sir. Mix with hands. In goes a 1/2 cup of moo juice, then a can of minced clams. little strange, fam, but you do you. Yep, those are clams. Oh, it wants the juice, too. Mix. Drop these into a muffin pan. So are they biscuits or are they muffins? What are you? That's what I used to ask my sexuality in high school. Hello. Butter. I see. I'm getting a top note of cat food, like someone dropped a biscuit in a fish tank. Yeah, those taste like low tide. That is to say, New Englanders would love it. A sawdust pie from 75. Now, normally if you're looking for a mouthful of wood, you just go to a sawmill. Or tinder. But here we find it in a pie. Pastry! Hello, child. Goodbye, child. Unlike life, the filling is very easy. Just 1.5 cups each of sugar, graham cracker crumbs, shredded coconut, and chopped pecans. Remember, on the internet, both pecan and pecan are wrong. You can't win. You might as well call them pecans. Or Margaret. Finally, the whites of 6 eggs. We don't beat the egg whites, though. We're pacifiers. Nope, we're not pacifiers. Pacifists. Mix. Get in the pie. $3.50 for a half hour. Never been down here, have you? Welcome. Looks problematic. Huh. That's a hard one. It's cakey, gooey, chewy, and crunchy. It's not bad. It's eclectic. A ration cake from World War II. So it's the 40s and we don't have any butter, sugar, milk, or eggs, and we need to make a cake. What do? Panic! Into a saucepan goes 2 cups of raisins plus 1 cup of water. In the interests of civil defense, we look to raisins to substitute our sugar. So you want me to boil raisins? It ain't easy being a patriot. Fire! This is awful. A half cup of lard. Just give up. Don't make a cake. A whole cup of molasses. No, this is not worth it. It's not. Looks like barbecue sauce. Smells of death. For the dry ingredients, we need 1.5 cups of flour. Half teaspoon of baking soda. And the only spice we get is cloves. Cloves. It's always the cloves. Mash the raisins. It's been nice knowing you. This would make me enlist. Get in. Get off. $3.25 for an hour.
Oh no. Oh no, ma'am. Just no.
Coke and Peanuts, 1922. This is a special edition of Dylan's Kitchen. I'm currently in Death Valley, California, where the temperature is 128 degrees Fahrenheit, 53 degrees Celsius. What does that feel like? Well, it's painful. But regarding Coke and Peanuts, this is a snack that originated from the 1920s, where workmen and tradesmen on their lunch break didn't want to dirty up their peanuts with their grubby hands, and they wanted to enjoy their Coca-Cola, so they combined the two. You tear open a pack of salted peanuts, dump them in your glass, make it a mash. Ooh, oh, it's chunky. Doesn't that look charming? This is the first time I've had to chew Coca-Cola. I could dig this, though understand I may be biased because it is an oven. A cottage cheese Jell-O salad from 68. That's not a typo, this is deliberate. Someone published this and got paid for it. Let's not make assumptions, though. We begin with a pint of cottage cheese, followed by a can of crushed pineapple. Well drained, of course. Like my hope. Next, we joyously sprinkle in an entire packet of lime Jell-O. Can I start making assumptions now? Oh, come on. Ma'am, do you know what a salad is? Because whatever you think, it's wrong. Lastly, we fold in a tub of Cool Whip. To the fridge. At least nothing hatched. Ma'am, no. It's just disrespectful. A pickled cheesecake from 72. Says this cheesecake stands out because it's savory. You don't think it has anything to do with the pickles? We start with a pretzel crust. Melted margarine. Time for the filling. Pound of cream cheese. Cup of sour cream. Goat cheese. And some pickle juice. Beat until soft. Honey, I don't need instructions. I'm single. Egg. Parmesan. Garlic. Onion powder. And red pepper flakes. At least it's hot garbage. Now for the star of the show, an entire cup of dill pickles. Smooth top. Yes. 45 minutes at $3.50. Good night. Oh boy. What is that? No, it's a demon quiche. A coal miner cake from 1936. Starting off on the right foot here with a half cup of lard. If I cut off my feet, do we still have to do this? This stuff is great, you know. You can run your tractor on it. Brown sugar. Drizzle of molasses. Is this the coal? 4 eggies. They did you dirty. We seem to have made a chamber pot. Flour. Cuckoo. Half cup of strong coffee. Fire! Now we mix baking soda into sour cream. There are too many things happening. Get in! Then we alternate flour, coffee, flour, coffee. You are banished. Has it unionized? Looks good, but look.
দাদা মাইছে ঘরের মধ্যে কি দেখে না মেয়ে ছেলে গোসল করতেছে
দেহে তো ওটা দেখানোর লেগে আইছে আরো মেহমান আইবো তুই বাইরে যাই বসো
আরে কই গেল ওই দিন হ্যাঁ ওনার কিছুই নাই খালি বিটাটা আছে
সামনে ঈদ না মাংসের দাম বাইরে গেছে খাসির মাংসের দাম তো আরো বেশি
ও ভাবি আমার একটা বাড়িতে করে একটুখানি দেন না বাড়িতে লয়ে যাই কি এইটা
এটা দুম্বার বাচ্চা
পুরো খালি মস্করা করে
ভাবি
আজকে আমি ভালো
লেফটিনটা কোন দিকে ওদিকে
তুমি কেন ছুটেই থাকবা ফুপু ডাক শোনাইবা না
আকাশ
আরে আসতে খা
আমার বইনে আইছে বইনের জামাই আইছে
আপনি কষ্ট করে রিক্সা চালাবেন আর আমি সেটার উপরে বয়ে থাকবো তাই হয় নাকি
দান খয়রাত নিতে আমি পারবো না আমার শরম করে
আরে বাবা শরমের কি আছে
আয় পায়েস খাওয়া যাবি
অহন না পরে এমন এখন যাই
আইস কিন্তু
অনেক মানুষ আছে না আশের মতন ক্যাত ক্যাত করে গলা পর্যন্ত খায় আমি পারি না গরিবের বউ না তুমি খাসির মাংস খাইতে পারতাছি না 1 ঘন্টা ঘুরে আনি
একটু হাসো ফ্রি ফ্রি ছাগল পাইতাছো সুইট করে হাসি দাও ছেগাইয়া হাসতেছো কেন একটু সুইট করে হাসো
ও ভাবি এত স্বাদের মাংস ফালাই দিলেন কেন খাসির মাংস আমি আনতে কইছিলাম আপনার লইগা ভাবছিলাম মজা করে আপনারা রান্না খাওয়াবো
কোন রঙে বানায়াছ ঘর খানি
দাওয়াতে গিয়ে আমার খাইতে ভালো লাগে না অনেক মানুষ আছে না আশের মতন ক্যাত ক্যাত করে গলা পর্যন্ত খায়।
1 কেজি খাসির মাংস আনতে পারবেন?
ঢিলা পানি ঢিলা স্বপ্নও ভাবি নাই।
সে পচতেছে বিদেশে আর আমার আচার পচতেছে এইখানে।
দেখবেন হুট করে আয়া পড়ছে। কার ছাগল লয়ে আইছেন?
মতিন মিয়া নামে এক বুইড়া লোকের ছাগল। পেটে সমস্যা নাকি?
হ্যাঁ না গেছে গা, ঠিক আছে।
এত চিন্তা করার কি আছে? উপরে আল্লাহ আছে না? চা খাইবেন?
তোরা রিক্সা উঠতো আমি দিয়ে আহি তোকে।
সি 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 ভাইজান, এটা কি কনা?
আমি নামাজে গেলাম। আরে না, ঈদের জামাত, উপায় আছে দেরি করণের। আচ্ছা হুনো কাশেম কাকার বাড়িতে যাবো নামাজ পড়া, মাংস বানাবো, মাংস লইয়া মনে।
তাড়াতাড়ি আইসেন।